You won't believe what this home CCTV captured in the middle of the day, just before Halloween. Where are you watching from? Tell me your city or country in the comments. And if you love stories where justice comes fast, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Because what happened next in this quiet American neighborhood will leave you shocked. Now let's dive into the story. Maple Grove was a calm, suburban area in Ohio. The kind of place where everyone smiled at each other. Lawns were perfectly trimmed, and kids played hopscotch along the sidewalks. The Harrison family lived in a cozy corner house on Pine Street. Marcus, his wife Leah, and their 8-year-old son Jordan. They were known for their kindness and for turning their yard into a beautiful display every holiday season. But this Halloween was different. It was special. Marcus had put in extra hours at work to surprise his son with brand new decorations. A massive inflatable pumpkin arch, glowing spiders, and a tall skeleton DJ spinning music through hidden speakers. Leah joined in too, painting cheerful wooden signs that said, "Happy Halloween from the Harrisons." By midday everything was set. The orange lights gleamed under the bright blue sky. Neighbors stopped by to compliment them, and kids walking home from school pointed excitedly at the decorations. But not everyone shared that excitement. Their next-door neighbor, Karen Whitmore, stood on her porch with her arms crossed and eyes narrowed. She had lived in Maple Grove for years. Karen didn't like noise, color, or anything that drew attention. And most of all, she didn't like the Harrisons. "Too flashy," she muttered, watching them laugh and take photos in their decorated yard. "This used to be such a decent neighborhood." Leah waved with a friendly smile. "Hey, Karen. Happy almost Halloween." Karen turned away without replying. Marcus sighed softly. "Some people just can't stand seeing others happy," he said. What the Harrisons didn't realize was that Karen's jealousy was boiling inside her, and soon, she was about to do something she'd regret forever. Right above the Harrisons' front door, their new home CCTV camera blinked quietly, watching everything. The next day, October 30th, was warm and sunny. The sky was clear and orange leaves swirled in the breeze. Marcus was at work, Leah was preparing snacks for the neighborhood kids, and little Jordan was inside doing his homework. Karen stood by her window, glaring at the Harrisons' decorations again. The sound of their laughter from yesterday echoed in her mind. Every pumpkin and skeleton outside felt like an insult. "This is ridiculous," she grumbled. "They're just showing off." She paced back and forth, biting her lip. Maybe if those decorations were gone, they'd stop acting like they owned the place. By early afternoon, Marcus's car had left, and Leah's front door was shut. Karen slipped on her sunglasses, picked up a can of red spray paint from her garage, and stepped outside. The CCTV camera above the Harrisons' door blinked silently as Karen walked into their yard. She kicked a plastic pumpkin, knocking it over, then yanked down a hanging cobweb. "This neighborhood isn't for your kind of show," she muttered angrily before spraying big red letters across the Harrisons' white fence. "Trashy." Inside, Jordan heard faint noises and peeked through the curtain. "Mom, someone's outside," he shouted. Leah ran to the window and froze. "Oh my goodness. Is that Karen?" She grabbed her phone, her hands shaking. Marcus needs to see this. But she didn't have to rush out, because everything was being recorded perfectly by the CCTV. When Marcus got home, Leah met him at the door, furious and heartbroken. "She destroyed everything," Leah said, nearly in tears. "Even Jordan's hand-painted sign." Marcus stepped outside to see the mess. Torn decorations, red paint dripping down the fence, smashed pumpkins on the driveway. His chest tightened. "She really did this." "In broad daylight," he said quietly. He went back inside, opened the CCTV app on his phone, and pressed play. There it was, Karen in her sunglasses, vandalizing their yard at 2:15 p.m., clear as day. The footage even caught her turning toward the camera, her face fully visible. Leah gasped. She didn't even realize she was being recorded. Marcus nodded. "She's about to learn what karma looks like." That evening, Marcus uploaded the video to the neighborhood Facebook group, writing, "This is what our family came home to. Our neighbor destroying our Halloween decorations in broad daylight. We just wanted to celebrate like everyone else." Within minutes, the video went locally viral. Neighbors flooded the comments with anger and disbelief. One wrote, "Karen, really? I saw you walking your dog that afternoon." Another said, "Unbelievable behavior. This isn't who we are as a community." By evening, everyone in Maple Grove had seen it, including Karen's own daughter. The next morning, Karen came out to check her mailbox. Her phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Texts, comments, missed calls. The video had spread everywhere. As she bent to grab her mail, she froze. 2 police officers were walking up the Harrisons' driveway. Officer Reynolds and Officer Cooper greeted Marcus and Leah, then turned to Karen. "Ma'am," said Officer Reynolds calmly, "we need to talk to you about a property damage report." Karen's face went pale. I didn't damage anything," she stammered. Marcus held up his phone. "You might want to see this." The officers leaned in to watch the footage. Every spray, every kick, every angry word, all caught in broad daylight. Karen's voice trembled. I was just trying to clean up their yard. It looked messy." Officer Cooper raised an eyebrow. "With red spray paint, ma'am?" Neighbors started gathering outside, whispering and filming. "This isn't fair," Karen cried. "Everyone decorates too much," Marcus replied calmly. "Everyone but us, right?" Officer Reynolds sighed. "Ma'am, you're under investigation for vandalism and property destruction. We'll need you to come with us to make a statement." Karen's hands shook as the officers guided her toward their car. She noticed phones pointed at her from across the street, recording her walk of shame. Instant justice, right in front of everyone. By noon, the entire neighborhood was buzzing again. The new video, Karen being confronted by the police, was already circulating online. Comments poured in from all over, praising the Harrisons for staying calm and letting the truth speak for itself. Karen was fined by the city and ordered to pay for all the damages. The Homeowners Association even suspended her from community activities for 6 months. But what hurt the most wasn't the fine, it was the silence. No one waved to her anymore. No one stopped to talk. She had become the talk of the town, not from gossip, but because she was caught spreading hate in broad daylight. Meanwhile, the community came together around the Harrisons. Neighbors brought new decorations. One family donated an even bigger pumpkin arch. Kids helped Jordan repaint his Halloween sign. Leah smiled with tears in her eyes. "See, honey? Good people always win in the end." Marcus nodded proudly. "Karma doesn't always wait for the night. Sometimes it shines in broad daylight." A week later, Marcus posted one final video update. The rebuilt decorations shone brighter than ever. Jordan laughed joyfully in front of the camera while neighbors waved in support. Marcus posted the new video with the caption, "Hate fades in the light. Love rebuilds stronger." This video went viral too, but this time for all the right reasons. News outlets picked it up and called it the Daylight Karma story. A few days later, Karen showed up at the Harrisons' door wearing dark sunglasses, looking tired and ashamed. "I'm sorry," she muttered quietly. "I don't know why I did it. I was angry and wrong." Marcus looked straight into her eyes and said calmly, "Apology accepted. But remember, there's always a camera and there's always karma." Karen nodded silently, her head hanging low, and walked away. From that year onward, the Harrisons' home became the most visited house on the block every Halloween. Their decorations weren't just beautiful anymore. They told a story. A story of kindness, patience, and justice that glowed brighter than any pumpkin ever could. And high above their porch, that same little CCTV camera blinked gently, a quiet reminder that even in broad daylight, truth always finds its way.